Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Zbaz here with another speed build, this time featuring the controversial Moschino Stuff Pack. This pack was announced, as many of you know, at EA Play, and if you didn't watch the live stream, they spoke about this collab with Moschino, and let's just say that people weren't as excited as they should have been. Mainly because they also announced Island Living and Realm of Magic, and while people were cheering for the mermaids and stuff, they said, oh, also we're doing a Moschino Stuff Pack. When I was watching the live stream, I also got speechless. I was like, what? A Moschino Stuff Pack? Really? Another Stuff Pack? After the letdown that came with my first pet stuff? Oh my god. I didn't understand this, but they said we shouldn't underestimate the pack. And well, now that the stuff pack is here, let me tell you guys that it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna give my opinion about it because nobody asked. Well, I really enjoyed the build and buy items that came with it, and I really appreciate that they didn't put out so much creatism items in there, because I think that much of Moschino brand clothing, it's not wearable, it's not gonna fit with the aesthetic of the game. I don't know, I really appreciate it. A lot of people are giving it backlash for not including creatism items, but I think it's best because actually this pack focuses on playability features, which are great. We're always grateful that we get new playability, especially in The Sims 4, and I really got invested in this photography stuff. The poses and the different backgrounds, I really loved it. It was a really nice gameplay add-on for a stuff pack, so let's keep in mind that this is a stuff pack, guys. At the end of the tour, you're gonna see that I included lots of photos. I include this in the speed build. I did it off camera, but of course you can put your own pictures too when you download it. By the way, the download link is in the description on the video down below, so be sure to check that out. A lot of people has asked me where to download this, and there it is, down below. So going in for this build, I took a look at the items on the famous windows that everyone is loving. I also loved, and got inspired to build like this warehouse photography studio to really like get advantage of everything that the pack could have and could do. And I also tried making this custom content free. The only custom content that is here is Brass and Lotus separated bread frames, but there's nothing else. Everything here is from the game. And I really enjoyed building with this Moschino Stuff Pack. Let me tell you about the windows. I wish that they would have made a little bit more sizes for them, and also the little window, the one that is not like a full height window. It would have been nice to have a closed one, but yeah. Also, somebody asked me on Twitter about this specific feature that I did in the build. Because it's an industrial build, I wanted like the columns and the beams to show. So what I did for the beams actually was use spandrels. I built walls where I wanted the beams to be, and then I went ahead and tried a lot of different beams to see which one of them like kind of worked out the best. And in the end I went out with this one that was black and white, and it looked like kind of modern, kind of industrial, but not really. I am really disappointed at the spandrels that we have in game. I wish that somebody could make some custom content once, or maybe EA could release more. I don't know, but it worked, at least for what I had in mind in the build, and especially because I was keeping this custom content free for you guys. And then I also created this like skylights in the ceiling, which I adore. It brings so much light into the studio, which I think it's like really important in a photography studio. And I also added this wall decals in the exterior because as I went with this, I thought of a storyline behind this build. And what I came up with was this old warehouse that got renewed, and it needed a little bit of a structural work done. That's why it has this beams with the steel frames that came with Get Famous, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. And this part of the house was like the apartment that I built, because I wasn't sure what I wanted this lot to be, if I wanted it to be a community lot or a residential lot. So I built a detached apartment, so you could guys have this lot as a residential lot and have your photographers live in this. Or you could also have it as a generic lot, and you could go here with your freelancer photographers and get the jobs done. It's up to you guys, so I did it thinking on that. And then for this part, I also wanted it to look like a garage. Like, this was the garage of the warehouse, and it really looked pretty simple, but I loved it. Then again, I used lots of structural details or architectural details for this build, because in this kind of industrial warehouse type of builds, lots of the structure is showing up always, because things are not quite finished. It's like, it's this look of of this warehouse, you know, and everywhere around San Myshuno you can see this type of stuff where you have beams showing and columns showing. Yeah, I wanted to achieve that. And for the exterior, I did a lot off camera, because I went with the world edit objects, and let me tell you guys, it was a pain. It was a real pain to go ahead through the catalog every time I needed one, because at first I placed down lots of them, which I thought I would need, but when I needed more, I was, oh my god, I need to go through the catalog again and find that a specific item. It's really tedious, so I cut it out of this speed build, because I don't think you guys would enjoy it. But I also discovered a trick while doing this. When you build and put the lot as a generic lot type, and you go ahead in the categories and you put generic items, there they appear. All of the world edit objects are there. Like, I tried it in several lots just to test out that it wasn't a glitch in this specific lot, but it works. So an easy way to access the generic items, what am I saying? An easy way to access the world object items is to turn your lot into a generic one, and then just go through the generic specific catalog, and there you go, and it has everything on there. So you don't have to always type in debug and go ahead and start in a random order. I don't know. But yeah, now we're pretty much done with the build part of the warehouse itself, and I did my usual, where I placed saucer lights all over, because they are the ones that light up the best everything in The Sims 4. And yeah, I kept it pretty simple in the inside. I didn't want so much separation and stuff. I used the wall separators that came with Moschino. I actually used almost every stuff that came with Moschino. I think I used every single item from Moschino, actually. But yeah, well, now according to floor plan, this little like space upstairs is for your office. So I'm gonna place there later a desk and some bookcase and a corner to like show your pictures to your most special clients and stuff. And the other whole place is dedicated to the photography stuff. So there's gonna be the photography screens, both that came with Moschino, and there's also gonna be changing rooms, little makeup stations, a kitchen. So you got everything here equipped, and it's ready to go. I also play tested it, so it works perfectly. And yeah, I pretty much have covered everything that I wanted to cover with this speed build in the voiceover. Oh no, I actually used this superstar. Oh my god, I went into The Sims 1. This Get Famous door for the back of the build, because I thought that the back of the build needed some different aesthetic from like the part that looks to the park, because if this was a warehouse, actually they would receive like the stuff from here, you know. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I placed those windows that I talked about a little while ago, which I hope that some custom content creator gets a closed version out, because we need them. It's I don't know why this keeps happening with windows and doors with EA. Also, the doors that came with the Moschino pack, they don't match perfectly with the height of the other windows. It's just a little bit messy around the edges. It's always like that with windows and doors with EA. So I wasn't expecting any different. Also, I wish that they included like a smaller version of the round window. Just you could mix up like different scales and stuff, but no, we just got one. Then again, it's just a stuff book, and what came with it, it's really, really good. I also love this screens that move, that has different like digital backgrounds. They're really good, and yeah. Now I have said pretty much everything I wanted for this build. The apartment I did off camera, but I am going to show you guys in the tour, so don't worry about that. And I also, before I leave, I wanted to thank so much everyone that's been subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me. We are past 100 subscribers, and I am so grateful that we're building such a cool community here. I've only received nothing but great comments and love, and this just keeps pushing me to do more videos and post more speed builds. I am also planning on doing Let's Build series, because I don't know, I think it would be cool for you to guys like go with me in the process and really get to know each other a little bit more, so you could also get to know how my process is really. Because when I do these speed builds, I cut off a lot of parts where I go around and decide stuff and things that I don't think that you would find interesting in a speed build. But maybe it is when you do a let's build, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start with a little build, so it's not so long. Let's hope I don't make it so long, because I'm a slow builder, but we'll try. Then again, thank you so much for watching until this point. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm coming with more stuff, like I said, so if you like this video, also give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I'll leave you guys now to the rest of the speed build, and I'll be seeing you next time. I'll be uploading one video every Friday, so stay tuned. Bye!
point is an elephant.